Nowadays, it is very easy to feel alone. It is very easy to feel that you were the only one going through something. In reality, a lot of us are going through the same things, and we're just not talking about it. We're all showing the best, the happiest, the greatest parts of life, but we're all inside just like going on this constant cycle. Okay, you know what? Let me introduce myself before I go into my dramatics of it all because you're like, who are you? Hello, everyone. My name is Branson. I'm an actor, singer, dancer, songwriter, influencer, everything else in between. And I wanted to make this video because I was inspired by scrolling through the social medias and I saw an actress that I've seen for years. And you know how when you recognize somebody's face, but you don't know their name because they've been in a few shows or a movie or whatever, and you're like, oh, I know them, but I don't know their name. It's not like, oh, A-list star, but it's also like, oh, okay, you're booked. So this actress, she just came up on my Reels Explore page, and I was just watching the video, and she was talking about how she just got rejected from a role that she was down to the last two for. Because you know, guys, if you are aware, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody is aware about how auditions work. You know, a lot of people audition, and some people get callbacks, and some people get picked, and then to see if they can finally do the chemistry read and see if, you know, they're the match, and then somebody gets the role. Well, she said that in the video she was just having a down moment and she was just kind of just speaking to the camera that for her entire career it's always been like this for her. She's always been down to the last two. And that came as such a shock to me because when I saw her face and when I saw this video, I immediately recognized this actress because she's been in shows since I was a kid. Like I literally remember seeing her on Disney Channel. She wasn't the start character of a show, but she was integrated later into a season and she was a recurring character on that show. And I've seen her in another show when I was a teen and like watching that show. So it's crazy to see from my perspective. You would think that, oh my God, this actress is like, you know, doing the thing, 'cause she is doing the thing. Okay, hello, she's booked and doing all this, but that's the thing. We only see them when they have the success. We only see them when they're in a moment of like if a news article comes out about them, or if they're in a show, or if they're in a movie, or if they're on a social media break, if they're in an interview, anything like that we see, but we don't see the hundreds of rejections they get. We don't see all those callbacks that they didn't get. We don't see the moments that they're not feeling their best, that their counterparts that are getting the roles that they're not. And that really put it into perspective because that shocked me because me in the beginning stages of my acting career right now, I'm just like, okay, you know what? It's kind of, I don't want to say hard because obviously it's hard, but it's not like, oh my gosh, this is the hardest thing ever. But you know, just breaking into any industry, and that just goes for all career fields. But you know, I'm talking about my experiences. So it's very I'm trying to think of the word, you know? It's an it's a feeling that I would not have expected somebody who's been in the game for such a while to know. And then what I also loved about seeing that was that a lot of other celebrities and other actresses and actors were in the comments like, you've got this, or I know that feeling all too well, but you know, this or that, or when it's your time to come, we will celebrate you as well. And I was just like, wow, even these actors that were commenting were like A-list actors. So I was just like, oh, okay, so even y'all had this feeling. And that's the thing too, because it's always going to be somebody you're comparing yourself to. And that's why I'm trying to bring awareness and I'm telling you guys that, but I'm also talking to myself too, okay? Because when I come in these videos, don't picture me as some perfect human being. You know, I have all of the same feelings that you might have, but I'm just recognizing and I'm building in that pattern of trying to undo the years of, you know, damage. I don't want to say damage, that sounds so bad, but the years of just pity and all this stuff. But anyways, so when other actors and actresses were in the comments talking about that and their experiences, I was just like, wow. Because me, as somebody at my like beginning stage of my career, my film career, it would be me comparing myself to other people that went to my university because I just graduated from college last year. And some of my friends are already doing full on tours. Like I'm talking like they're going from city to city, booked right after graduation. They're like performing every night or twice a week, 3 times a week. And I love that. And I'm so glad that I don't. I look at it as a as at a point. I look at it as a point of happiness because when I see people that I like love and support, and they also do craft and creativity work like I do, I'm so happy because I'm like living through you. I'm like, yes, I love that. So I've seen some of my friends literally do full on tours right now, and then some of them are getting flued out for callbacks, and I see some a few of my friends have done like already some movies, and I'm like, okay, this is the moment. But when I don't have the comparison, I was gonna say gene, like it's genetic, but I don't have that part, but I just have the part of kind of competing with myself a little bit. I don't know. It's not a competing with myself thing where I'm like, oh, you need to do better than you did yesterday. But it's also like, no, I do want to do better than I've done before, like, especially with my craft. Like, I want to get better at acting every time. I want to get better at, doing things. But it's always going to be somebody you compare yourselves to, whether it's me. I could compare myself to the people in my class, or let's say once you get out of the beginning stage of your career and now you're an actor, but you're comparing yourself to all the other people in your career that are at the same level as you, but maybe you're comparing yourself to the next person. Oh, you're already booked and busy, but now you're comparing yourself to the star. And now the stars that are already stars, they're comparing themselves to other stars that are even, and it's just like the cycle could go on forever. But as long as you're doing your best, as long as you're being you, as long as you're doing what you can do, that is what matters. That is key. And a lot of us, we fight this alone. A lot of us really just are battling these moments of just feeling so alone and feeling so isolated because every time I have a conversation with people and we end up talking about how we feel about certain things or aspects of life, it's so universally relatable, regardless of what it is. It doesn't even have to be career based, it can just be life based, not even just trying to do this better at this specific job, but you being your own person, you being better at just being happier, being nicer, being a more fulfilled human being, doing things that you want to do, having more time. Because, guys, everyone is living in this world, and we need to live. We don't need to just be. We don't need to just be here, wasting time and wasting energy on things that we don't want to do or care about doing. And that is that. The way that this was sparked was literally from that video. I was just so shocked because from my perspective, from an audience member, I've seen her acting literally for over a decade, like on my screen. And yes, it's not been in so many shows, but just me even recognizing her from 2 to 3 shows, and like obviously that's the ones that was catered to my audience. One was a kid show when I was a kid. One was a teen show when I was a teen. And I'm pretty sure I went on her Instagram and I saw like she's doing something right now too. So I'm like, okay, she's probably done a lot more work that we haven't even seen because it just didn't come across my page. But I'm like, from my perspective, just before, if she didn't make this video, I would have saw it as like, wow, this actress is booked, she's living her best life, everything's going on. And when she made that video, I was like, wow, okay, so it still keeps going. Even when you're at moments of from others people's perspective that a lot of people wouldn't relate to, because I mean, a lot of people don't relate to an acting lifestyle because especially because it could be unstable in the beginning stages or even in like the middle, and then it's so foreign for a lot of people. Even me trying to get in the industry, having a lot of theater friends and having a lot of people that I know that enjoy entertainment, but just as far as my friends in my everyday life or family, like nobody does acting or film or stuff like that, so it's very foreign. But so I would see someone and say, wow, like, okay, they're doing the thing, but even to them, they're still comparing themselves to other people. And it's not, she wasn't really more so comparing herself, but well, kind of in a sense. This is going a whole lot. It's just me dissecting the video now. But the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I just appreciate the vulnerability. And this is why I make videos like this, because I want to talk about it. I want to talk to you guys about it and say that you're not alone, because there's so many emotions that you're feeling, that somebody else is feeling, that hundreds of people are feeling, maybe even thousands. And you may be like, no, Branson, like, this is so specific. But like, I love going on like seeing a video and then everybody's in the comments saying, oh, so I didn't have an original thought, or I've never had an original moment in life, and the video has like 1 million views. Because you think like stubbing your toe one time on the wall and then hurting, and then you hit the wall back, you're like, I'm just a weirdo that does that, and then you realize, oh my gosh, a million other people do that as well. I'll never forget the time that actually happened to me, because one time I hit myself at the door and I hit the door back. Ooh, anyways, and my friend was like, I do that too. And I was like, we're soulmates. And then you just go on social media and see that everybody does that, and you're like, oh. And if you don't do that, I'm not talking about you. I don't do that anymore. But when I was like younger, I would be like, ah, why would you hit me? I wouldn't talk to the door, but I would. Okay, that's a whole lot. Anyways, you're not alone. You are not alone. We are here. We can talk about it. We can chat. You know, we can talk in the comments below. Or I just hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it, because, you know, life is life out here, okay? And yeah. That's basically it for this video. I love you guys so much. And bye.